20 to 30 years old. Please find a good boss, not necessarily a good company. Learn from the boss, learn how to do it. When you are 30 to 40 years old, try to do something yourself if you really want to try it. When you are 40 to 50 years old, do things that you are good at. After 20 years of learning, you should do something you're good at. When you are 50 to 60 years old, spend your time supporting young people. When you are over 60 years old, spend time with your grandchildren.
I would tell 16-year-old me to remember who her best friends are and remember who the people that care about her the most are and not throw them away for somebody else or for something else.
Failure is a wonderful teacher. It's the only way to learn. You have to fail. Failure is a part of the process to becoming successful.
If I fail today, okay, I'm going to learn something from that failure and I'm going to try again on Tuesday. I'm going to try again on Wednesday.
So the idea is you must fail 100 times to succeed once.
I read hate comments more than I would read nice comments because that's wow, they're creative, you know what I mean? They're really creative with what they say, and most of the stuff that they say, I agree with 100%. So listen to your hater because they're probably right.
The smartest people, healthy, wealthy, or wise, choose education over entertainment. The most unsuccessful people in the world, unhealthy, unwealthy, or unwise, choose entertainment over education. When I read that study, I sat back and I just thought, wow, that means the majority of the world is setting themselves up to numb their mind, escape, and lose focus.
Everyone is gonna die and no one is gonna remember you, so fuck it.
If you are going to try something hard, if you're putting yourself out there in some way, there are going to be times where you screw up or you don't succeed. Or there are times where you do everything right and you still don't succeed. You'll go through some failures. The most important thing is to learn from those failures and to have a sense of resilience and be able to examine what is it that I did not succeed at? Why didn't I succeed? And what do I need to do better? So when I see White House interns or I talk to young people, I always tell them, worry less about what you want to be and worry more about what you want to do. If you're focused on giving of yourself to accomplish something, then even when you fail at a particular objective,
Are you all my person?
you're still succeeding in learning about how you can accomplish those goals. And it doesn't just become about you.
My son, his name is Niall. He loves football. And when we got the very first football, he was 4 years old. He was super excited. I still remember he came in the room and he said, "Mom, let's play football." And he kept the ball in my feet. And he said, "Let's kick it." And that day I felt disabled. I said, "I cannot kick the ball." And I was down with the same face. He looked at me and he said, "Well, that's all right. Your legs are not working, but your hands do. Let's play catch the ball." You know what? That day he made me realize that when you think your glass is half empty, come on, your glass is half full. It's all in here and here.
Good times create weak people. Weak people create bad times. Bad times create strong people. Strong people create good times. That's the history of the world over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Stay focused. Don't listen to nobody. Don't listen to nobody, homie. What's on your mind, just do it. Because what's destined for you, you gonna get it.
Believe in your capacities, work hard, dedicate yourself 100%, and dream. Believe all the time, believe that this is going to be possible. When I was young, I always learned, if you give, the God gonna give you the double. So this is what's happened in my life. Since I started to do that, everything in my life become better and better. So I will still carry on to do that because I think it's important and I feel good when I do that.
Fear is my friend. I love fear. Fear allows me to reach my highest potential. The fear of failing is an illusion.
Yeah.
Fear is an illusion, but we have to have desire. We have to have something that pushes us. Fear pushes us. You don't understand that living prepares us for death. Our life, it prepares us for death. You know, even if we die young, it prepares us. So just the fact that we're losing guys like Kobe lose, we just losing people in our families, people dying, it's around us all every day, so we prepare for it. We understand it, but we avoid it.
Watch full video on YouTube. Link in bio.
Only women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. Women, children, and dogs are loved unconditionally. A man is only loved under the condition that he provides something.
No matter what's going on in your life is not permanent. Everything is going to change. So there's two things you can do with change. You can react to it or you can participate in it. It's going to change anyway. So if you keep waiting around, you're going to have to react to the change. And now you're behind. But if you participate in the change, if you know the job you have is not going to last forever. I'm just telling you. COVID proved that already. Where you go to work at every day, that's going to change. COVID proved that already. Your best laid plans has changed. So what you got to start doing is you got to start anticipating that it's going to change and just start living your life with the preparation for change.
When I first got to Hollywood, they didn't know what the hell to do with me. I mean, I was this half black, half Samoan, 6'4", 275-pound pro wrestler. You know, I was told at that time, well, you gotta be a certain way. You gotta drop some weight. You gotta be somebody different. You gotta stop working out. Stop doing the things that I love. You gotta stop calling yourself The Rock. What? You know, and for years I bought into it because you think, oh, that's what I'm supposed to do. And I was miserable doing that. So I made a choice. And the choice was I wasn't gonna conform to Hollywood. Hollywood was gonna conform to me. So Hollywood conformed to me, and here I am with all of you getting the Generation Award. Holy shit!
I don't think you should be in a relationship super excited about certain things that the other person couldn't care less about.
What is your favorite quote?
My favorite quote is from David Foster Wallace. He said, "You'll stop worrying so much what other people think of you when you realize how seldom they do."
Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team. He lost hundreds of games and missed thousands of shots during his career. But he once said, "I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed." These people succeeded because they understood that you can't let your failures define you. You have to let your failures teach you. You have to let them show you what to do differently the next time. So if you get into trouble, that doesn't mean you're a troublemaker. It means you need to try harder to act right.
How does Keanu Reeves deal with anxiety?
Breathe. Yeah, you gotta breathe. Try to figure out why are you afraid, what does that mean, and then try to just be, and let not what you're afraid of define the present that you hope to be in when you go do what you're afraid of.
Favorite line that Rich Dad said. Rich Dad said, money may not be the most important thing in the world, but it affects everything that is. You know, it affects your lifestyle, it affects your health care, it affects your level of education, it affects everything on a day-to-day basis.
If you want to know something about yourself, sit on your bed one night and say, what's one thing I'm doing wrong, that I know I'm doing wrong, that I could fix, that I would fix? You meditate on that, you'll get an answer. And it won't be one you want, but it'll be the necessary one.
Live your life the way that you want to leave your life. Ladies and gentlemen, as I speak to you right now, if you had 90 days to live, how many of you will make some radical changes in your life? And most people raise their hands. And then you take a poll, and what the majority of them will say, I will quit my job. Why? Because that's not them. Yeah. They're not doing something that's them. You spend 40 to 60 hours a week doing something that's not you. Yeah. That's stressful. But if you're doing something that's you, that's your passion.
The first thing I think you need to understand is that these people that you're comparing yourself to, you don't really know. What that means is that you see their shiny outside, but you don't see the reality of their life. You know, maybe you're in California, see someone speeding down the road in a convertible Porsche, and you think, oh man, what a lucky bastard. The truth of the matter is that he's thinking about wrapping his expensive sports car around the next cement pillar that he comes close to. You know, you can't tell, and people have hard lives, and even people who are comparatively fortunate have hard lives. And the ideal that you're observing that makes you jealous and resentful is in large part an illusion that's created by your own mind.
Sometimes your son gonna be looking you in the eye and say, Dad, how do I get through this? And then what are you gonna tell him when you quit before? What are you gonna tell him when you took shortcuts?
Doesn't matter whether you win or lose, it matters how you play the game. What you're saying is, don't forget, kid, that what you're trying to do here is to do well at life. And you need to practice the strategies that enable you to do well at life while you're in any specific game. And you never want to compromise your ability to do well at life for the sake of winning a single game. And there's a deep ethic in that. The person we really admire as an athlete isn't only the person who wins. We don't like the narcissistic winners. They're winners, and that's a plus. But if they're narcissistic, they're not good team players. They're only out for themselves. And it's because we're looking for something deeper. We're looking for the manifestation of character that allows you to win across the set of possible games. And that's a real thing. That's a real ethic.
People who achieve great things in this world, whether it's in sport or anywhere, have that ability to take risks. You aim high, you take risks. What is called, which makes you invincible, is self-belief. You believe in yourself. You think whatever happens, you can overcome it. And so you take these risks, you take the fall, but you think you can pick yourself up and again take on anything.
When does a new day start? At midnight. Is it light or dark out? Dark. If a new day starts in the dark, why are you afraid to use your dark side for your new beginnings?
At the end of the day, everyone has X number of years that they live, right? And then you die and then life moves on. And there would have been many great people who won trophies and this, that, and blah, blah, blah. But no one addresses you like that. No one addresses you in the room like, oh, he's an IPL champion or he's a World Cup champion. And it's like, if you're a good person, people like you. If you're a bad guy, they stay away from you. And eventually that's what life is all about.
We should know how to handle not only how to handle the success, how to handle the failures. Particularly you are in the management environment. I want the young people to understand how to manage the failure. Because any task you do, you have to come across problem. Problem should not become the captain of the individual or a project chief. And the project chief should become the captain of the problems and defeat the problem and succeed. Learning gives creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge. Knowledge makes you great.